And I'm here on a mission of mercy. Money's out there, you pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you. Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention? Put that coffee down. Put that coffee down. That's my name. That's my name.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
Only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted.
My wife has baited me into doing it, so there I am. I'm digging a trench. Digging a Venetian, they call it Venetian trench. I don't know, I'm not a landscape guy, but that's what I'm digging. It's a lot of work. Anyway, when you're out here doing this sort of work, it kind of gives you an opportunity to think about things. And when you're whether it's when I'm jogging or doing something like this, my brain is kind of just clear and reflective. And so I want to share something with you guys. As I think about my life and I think about different things and different accomplishments. A lot of you may have noticed a couple of announcements that came out last week regarding some choices that I've made in terms of LinkedIn and with the American Distilling Institute to bring my expertise to those programs. Anyway, it had me thinking back on where it started for me. And where it started for me was in the jewelry business, in retail jewelry. And I was really successful at a very young age. At 22, I was given control of $1 million operation, which was a big deal back then. And it was because of the success that I had as an individual contributor and my leadership skills. A few years into that, I left that. And when I left, no doubt, people thought I was making a bad decision. I can remember meeting with the CEO of the company and him trying to talk me out of making that move. And as I think back and reflect on that, I think the reason why he was and others, to talk me out of that decision is that they put their own expectations and aspirations on me and ambitions on me. Meaning that they were looking at me as a 22-year-old running this $1 million operation, and let's just be honest, in Utah, and there's nobody like me, right? I'm a unicorn. This young black kid running this sales organization, and I'm sure they thought, man, this is great. This is as good as it gets for this kid. He's killing it. He's going to be a long timer. He's going to be here for decades and be a cornerstone. What they didn't realize is that their ambitions for me, their expectations for me, did not meet mine. I was much bigger than that. And I realized that. I wasn't going to be a guy that sat around there for 2 decades and doing some of those things I saw my peers doing, my peers that were in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. I wasn't going to be that guy. I had much bigger ambition, much bigger aspiration. And so even though they put their expectations on me, they put their ambitions on me and what they thought I was or wasn't, I did not let that hold me back from doing what it was that I felt like I was capable of doing. So I made a decision to leave at a time and for an opportunity that many doubted. Many doubted, many thought wouldn't work out for me. And guess what? That first move did not work out for me. But it was okay, because that was the catalyst, that was the domino to the successive moves that I made after that put me in the position that I'm in today. So as many of you out there are watching what I'm doing, watching how I'm moving, I want you guys to not just be inspired by the announcements and what I'm doing, but I want you to be inspired by the action. And I want you to know what happens behind the scenes. I want you to know that the things that I've been able to do, the things I'm accomplishing, the ambition it's happening not because people are necessarily realizing my brilliance and saying, hey, we need you for this, Ronell. It's because I've continued to take the actions that I need to put myself in a position to be the best version of myself, to reach my level of ambition and expectation, not the level of ambition or expectation that other people set on me. Because if I would have settled on that, this would have stopped a long time ago. I don't know. I might, again, be a 30-year veteran in the jewelry business instead of doing all the various things that I'm doing today. That's another thing I want to leave with you guys. Don't limit yourself. Even to this day, people try to limit me. Even to this day, they limit with their expectations of what I can and cannot do based upon what they believe in themselves, right? So I have these various things that I'm involved in, these various things that I'm successful with all these things. And people will come to me and say, all right, how do you do all this? Oh, how can you can't possibly do this. Yes, I can. Don't put your expectations on me. And I would say that same thing to you guys. Don't let other people's expectations of what you can and cannot do influence what you can do. There are 24 hours in a day. It's a lot of time. For most of you guys, 18 waking hours. It's a lot of things you can do in 18 waking hours. And when you're smart to leverage resources and to bring people that believe in you and people that will support you to the table to help you, there's a whole lot of things that you can do, okay? A whole lot of things you can do. All right, I got to get back to digging this. What's up, family? Monday Motivation. Here we are. I wanted to share that with you guys. I recorded that yesterday in the middle of digging a trench here in my backyard. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. My back is feeling it today. But anyway, so I was building a trench. I think I called it a Venetian trench. It's not a Venetian. It's called a French trench. I don't know. Something European. But the bottom line is I've got water pooling in my backyard from some erosion. So like you got to dig these big long ass trenches to help it to stop flooding. Anyway, so I worked on that yesterday. I wanted to share that with you guys because I felt like it was apropos given what's going on and what's been going on with me to the outside world, just the last week or so, right? With announcements of my working with the American Distilling Institute and as in a CRO role, and announcements of my LinkedIn Learning course that'll be coming out this fall. And so I really felt that I wanted to take some time this morning to speak to you all to first bring proper context to my journey and where I'm at and how I got here, and to hopefully inspire you to be more, to expect more out of yourself, to know that there's so much more that you are capable of doing
and to not only not limit yourself, but not let other people limit you. Like I was talking about in that video, I thought about my career, and I've had some time to think back on my career and think about some of the different moves and things that I've made, and how many times through my journey others have put limitations on me. They've tried to. I fought it, but that happens to this day. To this day, I had I don't want to tell you guys too much about this, but I had, because I don't want to put this person on blast. But a couple of weeks ago, one that's involved in one of my ventures, and this person said something in a meeting, on a one-on-one, where they were like, "Hey, I don't know, you know, how you're going to do what you're doing here, and then you've got this other stuff and all this stuff." And I thought, after coming out, first of all, I did my thing to explain, the business impact and all this, doing what I do. Anyway, so I stepped away from it. I thought, like, who are you? Who are you, or who is anyone out there to put limitations on me? And I want you guys to think about that. Like, those limitations that this person was putting on me was based upon how they viewed themselves and what they were capable of doing, not what I'm capable of doing. And so that's what I really want. Part of the message I want to leave with you guys today. Think about that. How often are other people's opinions impacting you and your ability to do the things that you want and can do? You got a whole lot of time, my friends. Like, like I said in that video, it's 18 waking hours of the day. This year, I don't even remember all this stuff. I've done events. I've released a book. We're in the middle of a course. There's a lot of stuff. The point that I want to make is that I am not super special in that respect. I just don't want to limit myself, and will not allow others to limit what I can do either. That's it. So some of you guys that are wanting to do some of these things that you see me doing, you may be getting in your own way or letting other people's opinions influence what you're capable of doing. Now, the second part of this is, as I announced these different things that I'm involved in last week, and thank you to all of you that sent me congratulations and all that. It's just a public announcement. I've been working I've been working on these things for a long time, and I'm going to talk about that. So anyway, again, thank you guys for all the congratulations and all that. I appreciate that. However, here's what I want you to learn and take from my journey and my story. All these things that you see that I'm doing, I'm going to specifically talk about my work with the American Distilling Institute and LinkedIn. I made that shit happen. Okay? Understand this. As smart as I may think I am, or as brilliant as some of you folks may think that I am out there, guess what? People aren't knocking down my door, and they're not knocking down your door to give you or give me opportunities. LinkedIn Learning was announced last week. My LinkedIn Learning course, by the way, shout out to LinkedIn. What a fantastic, just experience and process. I fly out to their studios here in August from film. I've got a fantastic producer. I've got a really amazing advocate, and Kate over there's helped me out with the curriculum and all that. But understand this, it got announced last week. I've been working on it for a year. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys how it happened. So, if you want to be a LinkedIn Learning instructor, the first thing you do is you go to the website and you apply. Right? You apply, and I can't remember how long it took, but you got to upload a bunch of stuff, tell them all about your background, show you doing some coaching and teaching. It took me a good amount of time to do that. And guess what happened from that? Because I'm brilliant, right, guys? I'm really good at this stuff. So I upload I got these clips and everything where I'm just sounding like a rock star. Guess what happened after all that? Nothing. Nothing happened from all the time that I spent and submitting myself and sending. Nothing happened. But that's okay because I didn't expect anything to happen just from that one effort. I had to make it happen. So I went and I reached out to various people in the LinkedIn ecosystem, various people, different roles. I set meetings and ultimately landed on a meeting with Kate, who is part of the LinkedIn Learning um, program. And just after a few meetings, she became an advocate, and then 6 7 months later, we finally signed a contract. But the point that I want to make in that is that not only to not put these limitations on yourself, but you have to go get it. You got to do more. People aren't just sitting out there waiting to bestow, great things upon you. You got to go make it happen. Um, the American Distilling Institute. This is something that's been 2 years in the making, guys. That didn't just happen overnight either. They didn't just say, "Oh, right now you work with whiskey. You've built a brand. Hey, come work with us. Come help us." It didn't happen that way. No, it's been 2 years of first my outreach to their CEO and building a relationship, helping them with some things along the way, creating video content, giving of myself, giving of my time without any expectation of financial return, and building that relationship and then proving my value and then recognizing that they needed something that I had, and then presenting that to them to say, listen, this is something that I think that you guys need, and I can help fill that need. And that's how we got here. So again, the two things I want you guys to take from this is that, one, don't put any limitations on yourself, because a lot of you folks are doing that. Whether it is your business, whether it is your personal life, your fitness, your health, you're limiting yourself. You're telling yourself what you can't do. Oh, I don't have time. Guys, I'm going to tell you one thing. When people tell me that shit, I'm not trying to hear it at all, because I've done it. I am freaking living proof. I've done it. I've raised my kids. I've maintained a business, and I've maintained my fitness. I've done all of those things. I got 2 kids doing excellent in college right now. And so I'm not trying to hear it. I know it can be done. So if you believe in yourself and you tune out the noise, you can do all these things as well. This isn't meant to be some Tony Robbins motivational speech. This is real damn talk. Okay, real damn talk. Secondly, you got to go make it happen. You got to make it happen. This is something I try to teach my kids. My kids are adulting, right? So I'm trying to teach them this right now. Like, as smart as you are, as talented as you are, you can't just put something out into the world. And this is what a lot of you guys are doing in business as well when it comes to marketing. You're just putting stuff out in the world and you're hoping, oh, people are going to come back in. Doesn't work that way. Just like I teach in marketing, you got to put it out there and then you got to go get it. The same thing in your personal, professional life. Anything that you want, you got to go get it. You got to do more, ladies and gentlemen. You have to do more. All right. Let's check in. Let's see what's going on out here. Let's see who we got. Ciara Ramos, what's going on? Jonathan, my guy, Jonathan Latimer checking in. Fred Stacy, that's my guy. Oh, Kathleen Bailey. Oh, Kathleen. So proud of you, girl. Doing great work out there. Let's see. Ciara has a question. All right. So this is Ask Me Anything. So after I finish my thing for today, let's talk about the Ask Me Anything, or get into that. So Ciara asked me, when did you know you had a love for sales? So when did I define it as a love for sales? Probably pretty early on in my career, like in my early 20s. But here's what I learned even before that, because sales is about communication at the end of the day. That's what it is, communication. So I was lucky. I learned at a very young age, I was able to uncover my gift for communication. I'm talking like 7, 8 years old. If you read my book, you'll know what I'm talking about. By the way, buy the book if you don't have it. Shut the hell up and sell. And it's an audiobook. So at the end of the day, sales is just about communication. It's about being an effective communicator. It's about making people feel something. And so that was a talent that, a gift, not a talent, a gift that I learned that I had at a very young age, which was to be able to communicate to people and have people feel something, right? So over time, I learned more on how to hone my sales skills to make sure that I was truly serving my customer and I'm truly finding or determining what it is that matters to them, like I talk about in the book, and creating solutions that impact them. Because that's what sales is about. In the day, it's about communicating, it's about being a good communicator, it's about creating great solutions, it's about helping, it's about serving people at the end of the day. It's not just about selling some shit. It's about helping create solutions that impact people's businesses and lives. That's what it's about. So there's my answer to that, CR. Okay, you got a secondary question. She says, "Is Atlanta amazing as uh, people as it is for opportunities? Is Atlanta amazing? You know what? I don't give a damn whether you're in Atlanta, whether you're in Missoula, Montana, whether you're in Phoenix, Arizona, whether you're in Providence, Rhode Island. The opportunities are all what you're going to make it to be. Yeah, Atlanta's a cool city. It's not for everybody. It's high paced. A lot of people struggle with that, especially coming from like third tier cities or second tier cities. But I will say that you can, this sort of, and I hope that the little speech that I just gave helps you guys to kind of check in and understand that like you can achieve your level of success wherever you are, man. It's just really about, again, not putting those limits on yourself. Don't put those limits on yourself. Don't let other people's put limits on you. We're in a global economy right now, right? This is the gig economy. So whether you're like in Neosha, Missouri, shout out to Kathleen, or Atlanta, Georgia, you can do business with people all over the globe. Kathleen is proof of that. Kathleen has a cool. Congratulations again on the opening of your studio. But Kathleen is doing business with people all over the country, creating beautiful pieces of pottery for corporate and individuals alike. So like, and again, excuse me, selling her products all over the country. So that's the gig economy. So Atlanta's cool. It's not for everybody, but you can carve out your niche in business wherever you are. We're not limited by geography anymore. Okay. Oh, yep. Okay, you're clarifying is Atlanta as amazing as people say it is. Who are these people and what do they say? Amazing. I will. Here's what I will say about Atlanta, because this is you guys' show at the end of the day. This Ask Me Anything. Atlanta gets a bad rap, and what I mean by that is there is a perception that many of you that do not live in Atlanta have of Atlanta, and then your perception of what Atlanta is probably wrong, because it is influenced by pop culture, it's influenced by music, it's influenced by television shows, and here's what I will say: little known fact about Atlanta. It is one of the most diverse areas outside, I would say, in the South. It is probably the most diverse city in the South outside of, you go Florida. South Florida is super diverse, but we have a ton of diversity. We have very large immigrant populations that people aren't aware of. We have a large Indian population. We have a very large Korean population. In addition to that, Atlanta, what we call Atlanta, is really like 50 cities, 50 little towns that make up metropolitan Atlanta, and each of them have different vibes. So depending on how you lean politically, depending on how you lean from a if you're like an artistic person, or you're like, there's just Atlanta is just really a very diverse metropolitan area. So again, what you visualize it as based upon popular media and popular culture, sure, is that here? Sure it is, but it's not as pervasive as people think. We have so much diversity in what we call Atlanta. This is like the definition of urban sprawl. Basically, Atlanta is 50 miles in either direction from city centers, what we would call metropolitan Atlanta for the most part. Okay. All right. What else we got? Jonathan, you out there building a shed. Yeah. Not fun. It's 90 degrees here yesterday, but in a lot of the rest of the other parts of the country is way hotter than that. But yeah, I will say that there is a sense of accomplishment that's really cool with doing something like that. I just I'm just not a guy that enjoys doing, doing that sort of thing. But got to do it. So I'm out there doing it. I got to still get this thing finished. And somebody correct me. What is it called? It's not, maybe it's a French drain. I think it's a French drain, not Venetian. Fred checking in. Man, thank you, Fred. Never bet against me. Never bet against me. Thank you. Great stuff, man. And blessed to see some of your journey and wouldn't bet against you ever. I appreciate that, my friend. And I thank you for being part of that journey, for supporting it, and yeah, man, just being a good dude, being a good friend. So Fred, I've known Fred now. I met Fred the first time probably 18 years ago ish. Yeah, that feels about right. So, and then our paths that crossed again later on in our careers, which is really cool. Wishing you the very best out there, Fred, too, and let me know wherever I can help you in your journey as well, and entrepreneurship and all the stuff that you're doing. So make sure you keep checked in with me, my friend. Kenneth. Was one I mentioned, but so Kenneth says the story definitely resonates with him, strikes a nerve with me. Get all kinds of pushback from potential employees when I mention my business. Yeah, well, there it is. It sounds like they're not the right ones that should be part of your business then, you know. And I'm glad that it resonates. I think that it's something that I hope resonates with everyone out there. Strikes a nerve, like the limitations that it's some of the stuff is just so subtle we don't even realize it. You know, we don't even realize, but it is subconsciously planting these seeds in our brain of what we can and can't do. What else we got here? Kathleen, I'm happy to do a little preaching. Happy to do a little preaching. Oh, okay. Jonathan's got to get back on the screen because Jonathan, oh, guys, oh, my battery's going dead in my camera. All right, I'm going to switch cameras. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know it went black, but I'm going to switch cameras. Hold on. Hold on. Went a little long today. Okay. This is not as pretty of a camera, but different angle. I was out here with my mirrorless today. So, all right, let's start wrapping it up. Oh, but Jonathan's got to be on screen because Jonathan says everyone needs to get the book. Can't recommend it enough. You are right, Jonathan. You cannot recommend it enough. Please, everyone, keep recommending it. Make your friends buy it. Put them in a headlock. They need this. All right. Kathleen's means getting to want a little small town to be as successful as I am. Yeah, Kathleen, just share your story. I've been enjoying your journey. I am so just grateful and appreciative to have been part of your journey and play a little small role. And I love it, man. You inspire me. So keep doing what you're doing. For those of you guys that don't know Kathleen, please make sure that you follow her, Kathleen Denise. Google her, Kathleen Denise. Okay, and get product from her. She is just a really amazing human being, and I've enjoyed again being part of her journey, watching her grow, and I can't wait to get out there. And I'm going to, Kathleen. By the way, because I want to get out to you there to your community and visit with you and Jeff. But by the way, I researched. I looked it up a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, okay, what's the nearest airport? How to get there? Jesus Christ! If you're not in the middle of damn nowhere, it's not the easiest place to get to. Because I was looking to see, okay, where are my travels taking me to where I could shoot in there and visit with you guys in your business community out there. And it just, I think Tulsa was maybe the closest airport. No, it wasn't Tulsa. It was shoot, I'm forgetting right now. But I'm like, oh man, I just am never anywhere near there. But I'm going to make it happen. I really am. So we're going to figure it out. All right, guys. This has been fun. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. I hope that you got a little bit out of it. First of all, Kathleen, people fly. I'm sorry. She's saying that before I close here, that people fly into Northwest Arkansas. What the hell is Northwest Arkansas? What city is that? What airport is that? Is it like one of these airports? I don't know, man. Is it like a prop engine and like 6 people on the plane and maybe like farm animals too? I mean, is that what I have to do to get there to visit you? If so, I will do it. I just got to know what to expect. Okay. Anyway, Northwest Arkansas. People flying to, yeah. I've never flown into Northwest Arkansas, but I don't even know what city we're talking about. But we'll figure it out. Appreciate you, Kathleen. Everyone else, thank you for checking in. Jonathan, Fred, Kenneth, Ciara. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you got a little value from this. Please, if you did, you found that there's something beneficial in this, share it with people, man. If someone needs to hear this message today, share it. Share it with somebody. Share it on your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your YouTube, wherever you're watching this bad boy. And I appreciate it. All right, guys, I got to keep it moving because I got more work to do. All right, have a great day. Have a great week. Let's get it.